Good morning. I'm in my car this morning. I'm running for work, so I'm having to fit this in between meetings, and so it's going to be a little bit different today, but you'll just have to bear with me, and we'll make the best of this. I'm also on my phone, so I can't see any comments, and I apologize for that, but if you'll leave comments when I get home, I'll do my best to answer all of them. Let's see. There's JJ. Okay, it's letting me see when you join, so maybe it'll show comments. I don't know. But if it doesn't and you have a comment or a question, please add it, and when I get back home this afternoon from work into my computer, I'll do my best to answer all of them. JJ's already done her walking this morning. Good for you. We spent the weekend remodeling our master bathroom, and I'm so sore, it's not even funny, and I have bruises on my knees, and I look like I've been beaten to a pulp, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure I burned off some calories doing it. I need some coffee too, girl, let me tell you. Okay, it's 11 o'clock, so I'm going to get started. I'm sitting in the parking lot of the grocery store, and I'll explain that to you in a minute. But I wanted to talk to you for a minute this morning about self-talk. We are so bad. I never hear my husband do this, so I'm pretty sure it may be a woman thing, and if not, then correct me. But we are so guilty of talking negatively to ourselves. I catch myself saying things even in my head. Sometimes I say them out loud, but mostly, in my head, I'll say, I knew you were going to do that. Or, why did you buy those? You knew that that would be a trigger food for you. Or even as bad as, you're a failure. You're a loser. You can't be counted on. You can't do this. You know good and well you're going to gain the weight back. Who are you trying to fool? Why did you think that this time would be any different? You're always going to be fat. Everybody knows that you're not going to be successful doing this. Have you ever said those things to yourself? We are so bad about filling our minds with the negative instead of the positive reinforcement that we need. And I find it very interesting that if a friend came and sat down to you, or sat down beside you and started talking that way about themselves, my Weight Watchers leader, I just adore her, but she says if somebody came and said to her, I am so fat, she wouldn't look at them and say, you're right, you kind of are. Or if they said, I don't know why I'm even trying this, I'm not going to be successful in Weight Watchers, she certainly wouldn't say, I kind of agree with you. I think you're wasting your time. It's not going to work. But we give ourselves permission on a daily basis, if not several times a day, to say those things to ourselves. And I'm pretty convinced that we convince ourselves that what we're saying is true. Sometimes we do it because we have low self-esteem. I know I do. I've battled low self-esteem my entire life. So sometimes that's the problem, but sometimes that becomes our crutch. If our spouse tells us, you're fat, those clothes make you look fat, why are you even trying Weight Watchers? You're not going to be able to do this. Okay, if I went online and I posted in our Facebook group and said, last night I was cooking dinner and my husband walked in the kitchen and he put his hands on his hips and he said, you're so fat. Why are you doing this? You're just a joke. If I posted that, y'all would instantly have thousands of messages saying, get rid of him, kick him to the curb, don't listen to him, you can do this, he doesn't know, he's just jealous, blah, blah, blah. All of those things, y'all would instantly come to my defense. But we say those things to ourselves all the time. I see online where people will post that about themselves. I can't do this. This is not working for me. I'm such a loser. Why am I even trying? And y'all immediately come and say, no, you can do this. We're here to support you. You've got what it takes. The program works. You can do it, and we want to help you. We've got to get to the place where we say those things to ourselves, and we don't give ourselves permission to be our own worst enemy. If you're going to believe what you tell yourself, start telling yourself the positive things. I can do this. Not only can I do it, I'm going to do it. Weight Watchers isn't designed to work for everyone except me. It's going to work for me too. I'm worth buying healthy food. I'm worth taking the extra time to plan my meals and pack what's nutritious and what's good to fuel my body with. And I'm going to make time to do something for me this week. I'm worth buying a pair of tennis shoes to get out and do some walking. I'm worth fitting it into the budget if that's what I need to do. It doesn't matter how long it takes me to reach goal. I'm going to reach goal. I may have had a bad week this week, or I may have had an off meal yesterday, but that's okay. That doesn't make me a loser. It makes me human. And I encourage you to do that for yourselves. Self-talk works, whether it's negative or positive. Only you can decide which one it's going to be. So I encourage you this week to give yourself some positive self-talk. Even post it online. Share with us something positive that you did. Don't be so willing to share only the negative, but share when you did something good, and let us congratulate you, because that may encourage somebody else to do it too. JJ says, try it for a day. I totally agree. Make yourself a promise that for one day you are not going to allow negative self-talk in your head or in your space. You wouldn't let somebody else talk to you that way, so don't allow yourself to talk to you that way. We had a very volatile subject online yesterday, and I want to touch on it just briefly. And the moderators and I even talked back and forth. It wasn't heated at all because it wasn't an argument, because everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But it just reminded me how passionate we can be about things. Candace says the power of life and death is in the tongue. Choose life. Girl, you absolutely 100% right. So this week, I encourage you to choose life. Okay, going back to our subject, we were talking yesterday online about whether or not you can reward yourself with food. Well, and my comment was, for many of us, that's a very slippery slope. I got to my highest weight because of food. I didn't get there because of getting my nails done or getting a facial or something like that. I got there because I rewarded myself with food. I gave myself permission to eat way more than I needed to, and to eat it when I didn't need it. So I don't consider food a viable or optional reward for me, because it would too easily trigger things that I have learned and fought very hard to take control of. Now, that's not to say that I don't allow myself to have a reward meal occasionally. This weekend is my birthday, and I'm going to eat with my husband and my kids and my grandkids, and I won't be counting my points necessarily for that meal, but it will always be in the back of my mind what I'm eating. I went last night with my husband to a burger place, and that's pretty much all they had is burgers and very high calorie sandwiches, but that's where he wanted to go, and he had worked really hard yesterday on our house, and so I let him choose. And so what I did is I asked the waiter, what is the smallest burger you have? And he said, well, we have a kid's burger. And I said, can I order a kid's burger? And he said, sure, I'll let you do that. So although I had a burger, I compromised a little bit, but I still stayed in my mindset of watching my portions. And so I got a kid's burger and a kid's order of fries. And then I took half of those fries out of my basket and didn't eat those. And I didn't have any of the sauce that came with it. And I didn't let them put cheese or bacon on my burger. So I was still thinking like a Weight Watchers, even though I let it be a little bit of a reward. So you can have a reward meal or a food item that's a reward and still be in your Weight Watchers mentality. I rewarded myself last week with a facial. It's not something I do on a normal, regular basis, but it was a treat for me. And those kind of treats leave me still feeling in control. And so that's what I choose to do. But like I said last week, you do you. You may be able to have food or a glass of wine or something as a reward where someone else can't. That doesn't make your journey any better or worse than theirs. It just makes it different. So rewards are up to each individual. If you're finding, though, that your reward, the food that you're rewarding yourself with, causes you to want more and more and more, then I encourage you to step away from that. My food trigger would be, one of them would be fudge. I could not eat one piece of fudge. I haven't had it in a year, but I'm positive if I had a taste of it, it would reawaken that desire for it, and I would want more and more and more. So I just have to stay away from it for now. There may come a day that I can, but right now I can't. And so that's on my no list. And you may need a no list. There may be food that you can let yourself have. I can have a bite of chocolate cake, and I'm okay if I do my 3-bite rule. I won't want to eat the whole piece of cake, and I won't wake up tomorrow wanting more of it. So make a list if you need to. These are some foods that I would like to have occasionally, and they won't cause me to go into a downward spiral. It is all about a mindset, Lynn, and that's what Weight Watchers really is getting your mind in the right place where you control what you eat. It doesn't control you. Okay. I don't have a product to show you today because I was planning on being at home, and now I'm stopping at Aldi's at the grocery store. I don't know if you have Aldi's near you, but Aldi's is kind of like a Whole Foods on a budget. And here's my problem: my app isn't working. For some reason, it won't let me log in, and I haven't had a chance to call the Weight Watchers desk to get it fixed. So I'm having to go in to buy groceries without the benefit of my app. That normally, or used to, would have been a huge problem because I would have no idea how many points the products that I'm going to buy. So I'm planning to buy groceries today on a budget. I told y'all I was going to do that, and this is the week I'm going to do it. And if it works, next week I'll share with you the meals that I came up with on this budget. But I'm going to go in Aldi's now, and I'm going to buy groceries on a budget without the benefit of my Weight Watchers app. And I'll take pictures this afternoon and show you what I bought, and we'll see how I did. I think I'm going to do good, and I'll tell you why, because I'm planning on sticking with what I know. I know what the points are in my vegetables, I know what the points are in my fruit, and I know what the points are in my meat. So those are what I'm planning on buying the bulk of my groceries. There may be a few little extras that I buy, and I think I can guess pretty close what the points are, but we'll see. I'll let you know how I did. I love Aldi's too, Julie. I don't come here often as often as I should. I usually go to Sprouts because I like their produce so much, and I usually buy my meat at Costco, but I'm just going to do it different today and see how well I can do this on a budget. So we'll see. We'll see how I did. And I think I'm going to be able to get a week's worth of groceries and plan our meals this afternoon and get them in the refrigerator ready to go for the rest of the week. Fruits and vegetables have points. Well, fruits and vegetables, well, some vegetables do have points. If it's starchy vegetables, they absolutely have points. I don't subscribe to the mindset that because fruits and vegetables may be 0 points that they are free and it means I can eat unlimited amounts. My body has proven to me that that doesn't work for me. In moderate amounts I can, but just because it's 0 points doesn't mean it's free. So just keep that in mind. And when I said I know how many points are in it, that's exactly what I mean. I know that I can go buy fruit and I'm okay. I know I can buy vegetables and I'm okay. I know I can buy lean meats and eggs and I'm okay. It's the other foods, the processed stuff that can get me in trouble. So I'm going to be very careful with those, having to buy them without the benefit of scanning them to see how many points they have. Vegetables are okay, but not fruit. I eat fruit, I just don't eat a lot of it. I've learned that I can maintain if I eat cherries and grapes and watermelon. I don't lose if I eat those. I maintain really well, but if I want to lose, I have to cut those out and go back to like apples and the little mandarin oranges and even bananas. I don't lose well if I eat bananas. I do track them, Rosemary. I track everything. I'm not tracking on my phone today because I can't get my app to work. But anyway, we'll get it fixed and I'll get caught up. It's been a great week on the board. Our membership, kind of new member requests slowed down for a few days, but it picked back up over the weekend. And so we're still growing. And considering the size of our group, I think we do a great job supporting each other. Every now and then we have one or two folks that decide to be snippy, and as soon as we know about it, we delete those posts. There's no reason for anybody to be hateful. We will never tolerate people calling each other names. You're welcome to do that on your own Facebook page, but we don't do it on ours. So if you disagree with somebody, that's one thing. You can do it politely, but when it becomes rude, it's going to get deleted. And if you realize that you were a little bit ugly with somebody and now your post is deleted, that's why. Don't even need to send me a message asking me why, because I can tell you that's why. How close to 5,000 are we getting? We're really close to 50,000. I think we're at 42, a little over 42,000. So, you know, depending on how fast we grow, we'll hit 50 before too terribly long. Melanie says, I can't wait to see you prove that yes, you can do Weight Watchers on a budget. I'm going to prove it, Melanie. I'm on a mission, and so that journey starts today. So I'll keep you posted. I'll post some pictures when I get home of my Aldi's haul and let you know what I bought and what. Then as the week goes on, I'll let you know what kind of meals we're going to have off of these. I think that's it. It's hot here in Texas. I'm sitting in the car with the engine turned off. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go buy my groceries. And I'll post this afternoon and let you know what I was able to come up with. Stay on track, stay focused, and talk nice to yourself. And I will see you on the board later. Bye.